Hey everyone, I flew up to DC this morning to take a vote tonight on the debt ceiling, and I'm here tonight in person. There were about 200 members of Congress that decided to phone it in, that decided not to be here and voting by proxy. Most of them do not have COVID and are not in quarantine. But number one, I want you to know that I was elected to do a job, so I'm voting in person, even if it's just for one vote or two votes. I'm flying back home tonight. I'll be home at midnight. That is how dedicated I am to South Carolina's 1st Congressional District. I'm not going to phone it in. I'm going to work hard because that was what you elected me to do. Secondly, I want to talk about the debt ceiling. I have a lot to say about the debt ceiling because for years, Republicans and Democrats, it's not one side or the other, both have been guilty about increasing our spending in ways that are unimaginable in some cases. We've raised the debt ceiling 98 times since World War II, and the reason we do this is because previous Congresses and administrations create spending and budget plans that we just can't keep pace with our tax revenue. In fact, today we have to borrow about half the money that we spend right now because we're getting record revenues right now, but we also have record spending. So what this debt ceiling vote is going to do, and I'm voting against it, is that this debt ceiling vote will open the doors to more government expansion, more government growth, and significantly higher spending, which is going to mean higher taxes for every hardworking American. We shouldn't be doing this right now. If your credit card company says, hey, your credit limit is maxed out, they don't go then and approve another Platinum Unlimited credit card for you. It means you have to spend less to meet your obligations, and that's what the federal government should be doing. Do we need to borrow? Probably. Should we be doing this debt ceiling vote without trying to balance the budget or come up with a plan to balance the budget? Should we be doing this debt ceiling vote without cutting spending? The answer is absolutely not. We need to be held accountable and responsible for the kind of spending hikes that we're talking about. A lot of folks say this is only going to tax the rich and corporations are going to pay their fair share, but the truth of the matter is, what people will not tell you, what DC will not tell you, is that this is going to be a tax on every hardworking American. We're already seeing record inflation at 6% this year. Wages have only gone up 3%. Our wages and salaries are not keeping up with the price and cost of goods. The cost of everything is going up. Your groceries, your gas, when you go to the pump, when you go buy a car, everything. In fact, I'm holding on to my 2011 Chevy Tahoe for as long as possible. I don't want the car payment that I would subsequently get today, because I can't. The car that I bought 5 or 6 years ago is exponentially higher now to go out and get even a used car. So we have to be more responsible with our tax dollars. We have to hold Republicans and Democrats, I believe, accountable for decades of spending that has put us in this position. And we cannot go and spend trillions of dollars more on the socialist spending program that Bernie Sanders and AOC are writing this budget at $3.5 trillion. The infrastructure package is another $1.2 trillion, and only $40 billion of that $1.2 trillion is actually going to roads and bridges. So I'm here. We're not going to win this fight tonight, but I hope over the long term, whether that's months from now, after the 22 cycle, after 2024 comes, we have got to get our you-know-what in order. This is untenable, it's unsustainable, it's unacceptable to do this to the American people over and over and over again. Thank you.